So the Tesla Model 3 and Model Y have become the best-selling vehicles in California. Best-selling vehicles, not electric vehicles, vehicles overall. And I've been speaking to a few folks from California lately. They essentially said this: if you haven't been to California recently, it's a massive eye-opener for Tesla shareholders. The amount of Teslas on the road are astounding, okay? The top two selling vehicles in California are Teslas. 11% of all the cars on the road are Teslas. And, some simple math, it seems all but inevitable that this is what the rest of the country will look like in a few years. California tends to be ahead of the curve on these matters. But more on that in a minute. So we just got news yesterday that Elon Musk has sold some more Tesla shares after repeatedly promising he wouldn't be, but he sold $6.9 billion worth of shares. And this all relates to this whole Twitter circus that continues onward. He's preparing for a worst case scenario if he is forced to buy the company. Basically was getting ahead of the curve, preemptively getting the funding secured so that he wouldn't have to do an emergency sale if he is forced to go through with buying. And when he was asked if he was done selling Tesla shares, he said yes, in the hopefully unlikely event that Twitter forces this deal to close and some equity partners don't come through, it is important to avoid an emergency sale of Tesla stock. So definitely, the smart move here if he is forced to buy. An emergency sale would look really bad and I think be worse. And also, who knows what Tesla's stock price is going to be at that point. It's better to kind of get ahead of these things. So these transactions occurred between August 5th and August 9th. Probably had something to do with the downward selling pressure we saw in Tesla last week, although it's rebounded since. Earlier this year, he has said on social media that he had no further Tesla sales planned. That was after April 28th. So while he has sold some shares yet again, when asked if this Twitter deal, if he wasn't forced to buy, would he buy back those Tesla shares? And he said that he would. So is this any reason for panic? No, not when we look at some recent events we've had, what we learned from the Tesla annual shareholder meeting and this recent California news. So Tesla sales continue to surge in California. All right. California is the number one and most competitive auto market that we have in the USA. And Tesla now has the top two models overall, not just the EVs, overall models, right? Tesla brand sales this year are up 82%. And mind you, California is also home to the Fremont factory, which is the largest auto producing plant in the United States. The annual production rate there is around 600,000 vehicles right now, but Tesla's management team stated they think they could get that to 650,000 this year. If you can win in California, you can win anywhere. This is a highly competitive auto market. And again, I just feel like that this is kind of giving us a little sneak peek at what the rest of the country is going to look like. So far, Tesla Model Y in 2022 reigns as the top-selling car in California with 42,000 registrations so far. Second place, Model 3 with almost 39,000 units sold. And when we just compare that to the competition, they are utterly killing the competitors here. Tesla Model Y dwarfs the next four luxury compact SUVs combined. Model 3, no one is even close. The runner-up is the Lexus ES with 5,000. So EV sales are now at 15% of the entire California auto market, and compared to the broader US, which has about a 7% EV market penetration. So again, these trends are only going to continue. What starts in California will probably branch out to the rest of the US. And if Tesla's dominating in California, you can bet they're going to dominate the rest of the country too. And when we look at the growth rates of companies, Tesla and Genesis are the only two brands that are growing so far in 2022 in California. And this chart really says it all. Tesla up 82%, Genesis up 53%. Everyone else is in the negative. BMW, negative 12%. Ford, negative 13%. Who are the other Tesla killers? Toyota, negative 20%. Chevrolet, negative 30%. Really at the bottom of the food chain here almost. Volkswagen, negative 33%. Tesla's winning in California. Tesla's going to win the rest of the United States too. Tesla Model Y is also on track to be the world's best-selling car. So this was touched on in the annual shareholder meeting. It's going to be the highest-selling car by revenue this year, and management's projecting it will likely be the best-selling vehicle by total volume next year, 2023. So it's already the world's best-selling electric car. Now we're just talking about cars overall. Currently, the best-selling vehicle in the world is a Toyota Corolla with around 1.15 million sales globally, and it's expected that Tesla will have the capacity to produce around 300,000 Model Ys quarterly, so that will get them up to 1.2 million. And at the new Gigafactories, Texas and Berlin, Tesla's exclusively producing the Model Y right now, and at the end of the year, they're expected to have the capacity to produce over 1 million Model Ys per year. It also appears that Tesla is looking at Canada to build their new Gigafactory, but Tesla has made it clear that a quick permitting experience to get approval to build is now the biggest incentive a region can give it to convince the company to choose them for a new factory. So after the whole fiasco of Gigafactory Berlin, a complete bureaucratic nightmare, they want to avoid that, and Tesla's going to build this new factory wherever they're going to get the quickest process, a better experience, closer to what happened in Austin, Texas. That factory was built in record time. So it'll probably come down to how smooth this process can be. That's where Tesla's next factory will be, wherever it'll be the easiest, the quickest that they can get it built. Now, we know in their annual shareholder meeting, Elon said that they plan to build 10 to 12 gigafactories and have an output of around 1.5 to 2 million per factory. So that would get them to that 20 million cars by 2030 target. And we know Master Plan Part 3 is going to be fundamentally about scaling. Tesla is going to get to extreme scale. They're going to scale the world in a way that no company has ever done this. And how is Tesla going to do that? Well, the real long-term advantage with Tesla will be their manufacturing. They are superior at manufacturing to everyone else. And, when you factor this in, everyone makes this argument that the competition is going to catch up, the technology, Tesla will lose its technological lead. Well, the competition doesn't have to be super far behind Tesla forever for Tesla to continue to outperform the competition. Let's think about this. Apple is the perfect example where just having marginal advantages translate into having exponentially better results. So if we look at some things with Tesla, they are the best manufacturing company. They have an economy of scale. They have branding, network effects, pricing power. So even when you just look at these things, if someone else gets to a same level of technology as Tesla or even surpasses them slightly, they don't have these other advantages that Tesla has that, we've seen their pricing power. They've been able to increase the price of cars during inflation and demand has not subsided at all. Okay, they've got the economy of scale. No one else is on that economy of scale of EVs yet. They have the branding. Just think about Apple's brand. I think Tesla's brand is comparable. And the network effects, we're just continuing to improve. We're going to, when Tesla's branching out into all these new things beyond the car with energy storage and generation, solar panels, and now the Tesla bot, the competition's doomed. So, and again, when you tie it back to, they have said that their real long-term advantage is manufacturing, which they're continuously improving. They're getting better. They're already the best at it. Everyone else is just trying to catch up technologically and make a car that's on par, but nobody else has that manufacturing power. Tesla has been able to continuously decrease the cost of change. And, these are some of the simple reasons that aren't talked about enough that are why Tesla will be worth a lot more in the future than it is today. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is there any hope for the competition? Are they able to replicate these 5 competitive advantages I just outlined in any way? Where do you think Tesla's next Gigafactory will be? Canada is looking like the favorite right now. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And you can follow me over on Twitter at Vinsanity100. See you guys next time.